It's like I told the guys a second ago that this game tonight sort of kind of symbolizes our season. There were some struggles, there were some highs, some lows, but in the end, we had the victory. And, I'm so proud of the guys for the way they have just all season long just hung together and through the face of adversity at times and even through some of the high moments, we just stayed the same. We just kept trusting in each other, kept, building on what we do, and guys just improved every single week, and it showed. I mean, it just, it's not going to be easy. These games are never easy, and I don't care, what the score is. I just want more points than the opponent, and that's a great football team. My hat's off to Mike. He had his guys ready to go, and it's always a physical game with them, but just so happy and proud, happy for Mr. Khan, obviously. It's been a while, that he's had 9 wins, and just so happy that we were able to do that for him today as well.
Can you describe Rayshon's strip sack and Josh Allen's touchdown, how that play developed for you guys?
I mean, as a coach, you're excited, but as a coach, you go, okay, it's got to go to replay. And then when it was confirmed, it's the break we needed. Again, it's just how the defense. I think defense and special teams won this football game for us, and that's okay. It's okay, and we found a way. That was a great play. We needed it. We needed to find a way. Guys did it. Hats off to the defense and our special teams. Agnew and the guys did a heck of a job.
Hey, Coach, congrats. How far has this team come this season to be able to play and win a game like this one?
We've come so far. Just think about back in April and May when we first got together. You're trying to teach a winning culture. You're trying to flip, a script, so to speak, and you're just not sure until you start playing games just how that's going to look. And listen, these guys, they trust in me. I trust in them. They never wavered. And to get a game like this, down the stretch, it's just it's pretty incredible. To win nine games in our first year together is pretty impressive for the guys in the locker room.
And what did you think about the environment and the fans here at the bank tonight?
It was electric. It was what we were hoping for, and the crowd delivered. It was loud. They stayed to the end. I'm very proud of our fans. We're going to need them again, in a week or so, and just a great way to cap off the regular season. As we head into the postseason, and we're going to need them again. So let's gear up and get ready. It was awesome, though.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Obviously, the Dallas game showed what home field could advantage with your 12th man, and boy, did it come up big today. The louder it became. When you took this job, this is a town waiting to erupt here with some success, and we saw that with the 12th man. Seattle's known for it, but boy, Jacksonville's waiting to erupt here. Does that really make you feel pretty enthusiastic about what lies ahead?
Yeah, that's just it. Listen, we understand, too, that we've got to do our jobs and we've got to win football games. In order to get crowds like that, you got to win on the field, and that's what our guys have done. Here the second half of the season, they've put themselves in this position. We talked about playing meaningful games in the month of December and January, and so here we are. And the more success we have, the fans will show up, and they did that. And so very proud of our fans. Again, it was a great atmosphere. Just electric and loud, everything we expected.
Hey, Doug, you mentioned kind of building that winning culture. What was needed when you first dug into that, and when did you realize you had it?
I think what was needed was trust. I think trust was broken with this team, when I took the job, and so I had to regain their trust as a coach. And it's not an overnight. I said this way back then. It's not an overnight fix. It's going to take a process. It's going to take a journey. And I think they saw right away that that they can trust in me. I can trust in them. And it's one of the things I'm always going to do is I'm going to shoot them straight. I'm going to be honest with them. The transparency is key. The communication is key. And I think we just built over time that trust factor. And it began to show, throughout the course of the year. And I think that's why, we hung together, in the middle part of our year, that month of October. You have 5 straight losses. It could go sideways in a hurry, and it didn't. And we just had to, dig a little deeper. And, it's not about coaching harder or playing harder or practicing harder. It's none of that. It's just, you just got to tighten a few things up. You just got to play a little bit better, and eliminate the mistakes. We did that, and here we are.
Hey, Doug, obviously every team wants to get to the postseason, and that's the goal. But for this team in particular, from where they were a year ago to this moment tonight, I know you weren't here a year ago, but to this moment tonight, what it means to these guys that have been here for a couple of years, can you put that into context?
I mean, I think it means everything, to these guys that have been here. They were at an ultimate low coming off of last season, obviously, and now they're at an ultimate high with more football to play. And so it's, and that's really the roller coaster of emotions that a football season can bring. But, these guys, the guys that have been here, you can see it in their faces, just how excited and proud and it's not relief, but it's enthusiasm, and it means everything to them. They take it to heart, and it's something that we can continue to build upon. We're not where we need to be or want to be, but at the same time, we're building it, and we're building it one piece, one player, one game at a time, and this was a really good start for us this year.
Hey, Doug, you talked about the Josh Allen touchdown, but just how important was that early Tyson Campbell interception, and how much has he grown sort of over the course of the year?
Tyson's improved so much through the course of the year, and he's a tough player to throw at and against, and he's so long and athletic, and to make plays like that. I mean, that's what great corners in this league do, and he's such a humble kid and just wants to learn and get better, and the way he practices every day. Just a great play, and it really helped us to at least get 3 points on the board at that time.
Bruce Hope, Florida Star newspaper. Coach, you're obviously a Super Bowl winning champion. You know what it takes to win at the highest level in this sport. At what point this season did you start to see your team take that turn or take that proverbial leap? And what in particular did you see that allowed you to know that those changes were happening and you were starting to really make that step forward?
It was somewhere in the middle part of the year. It could have been somewhere in that, that Denver, Vegas, sort of, Kansas City sort of stretch of 3 games right in there, middle part of our season, where, that's where things could have really gotten out of hand for us. And listen, we just continued to stay disciplined in what we did, and what we were doing. We continued to just build. And listen, we knew that it was going to be about what we did. I mean, when we turn the ball over, that's us. When we don't make tackles, that's us. When we miss field goals, that's us, right? It's about us, and it's always going to be about us. And I think that's when we realized that, hey, we've got a pretty good football team. If we could just eliminate those mistakes, we got into the bye. Obviously, you think about go back to the Raider game. We're down, you're down 17 points in that game, and there was no flinch. And really, at that moment, I think is when we realized that this football team is a special team. We can make a run at the end of the year and see what happens.
Doug, is it more rewarding to win this, considering the hole you guys dug yourself in? Is it more special for you and the players to claw out of that hole to win it like this?
It's hard to win in this league, period. It takes a lot going your way, and you cherish every moment you have, because you never know. I mean, we saw it this past week. I mean, you never know when it could be your last coaching day, playing day. It's been a tough week for our team and the rest of the league for what we've seen, what we've witnessed, and obviously the blessing that we're getting every single day with DeMar. So every win is special. it doesn't take away from, what our team did this year, I'm just proud of these guys, obviously, to be in this position, to be in the AFC South champion, and just to know the journey that it took us to get here, Guys stay humble, and look, it's just a step in the direction that we want to go. And I want it to be sustainable. I just don't want to be like, okay, you were the 2022 champs and, not in 23. I mean, you want to be competing for, this division every year. And, but it makes it special just because of the way, these guys battled and kind of what they've been through in the last 2 years.
Time for like 2 or 3 more quick ones.
Doug, did as a play caller, as the game progressed into the second quarter, did you feel, all right, this is going to be a low-scoring game? Did you kind of change? Did you get more conservative as a play caller as the game went along?
No, not necessarily conservative as much as just trying to find things that would work. They did a great job with their front. They changed some things up from week 14, and they pressured us a little more off the edge. We didn't handle it very well as an offense, quite frankly. Something we've got to clean up, or we're going to continue to see it. And we still tried to take shots down the field. We some leakage in protection, whatever it might be. And, an overthrow in the end zone to Zay. I mean, there's all kinds of things, and the offense just wasn't on point tonight. But sometimes that's okay, right? But as a play caller, you're just trusting in your guys that somewhere somebody's going to make a play. And for us, fortunately, it was on the defensive side tonight, right? Making a play, special teams. Logan, kicked his tail off as a punter. But no, we just, we try to stay aggressive as we could, trying to find things that worked.
Last 2, corner and then Rick Hendry.
Coach, Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry. Do you coach the defense to say just to hang in there and, you'll get a play at the end of the day? Do you coach the kind of defensive game plan that kind of went out today, that they kind of had him most of the game and then just finishing the game?
Derrick's a great back. He's big, he's powerful, he's fast, and we knew this was going to be one of those games where you kind of have to bring your big boy pads, as we call it, and you're going to have to bow up because he's going to get 5, 6, 7 yards every time, and credit to the defense. Kept him, I think, to 3.5 or 3.6 or so yards. And just, you have to commit 11 guys, against a good back like that. And our guys did a nice job. We had an extra D lineman in there, in our game plan this week. And, you're always going to be fighting to the end because that run game that they have can keep you in a lot of ball games.
Last question.
Doug, you get an opportunity now to exhale a little bit, and you had 1 day short. Now tomorrow you can turn that into an extra day. And I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't remember if in Philly you had a Saturday-Sunday playoff type of situation, but you knew who your opponent would be. When you wake up in the morning, you still don't know who it's going to be. What's that going to be like to kind of monitor the 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock games, trying to figure out what it's going to be like for you?
Yeah, when I was in Philly, we always played for the division on Sunday, so we kind of knew at the end of that day what was going to happen. This is a little unique because it's on Saturday, and we have a good idea of who it might be, but really until tomorrow's finished, we really won't know. But I think history says that the AFC South winner usually plays on Saturday. So we should have at least 7 days, to prepare, which I think is a good thing. And so we'll treat tomorrow like a Monday, let the guys come in, sleep in, and if they want to go to church, they can go to church and then come in here tomorrow afternoon and get ready for a potential Saturday game.
Thank you, Doug.
All right. Thanks, guys.